All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to another lesson brought to you by yours truly. Today, we're going to be talking about CDL Basics and what is a CDL. It's going to be chapter one in our community. If you're following along, it's going to be lesson one. Following along with this lesson, to continue training, go to mycdlprep.com. Step 2, click on Join the Training Community. Step 3, access the school classroom. Step 4, open Chapter 1, CDL Basics. And then you're going to select Lesson 1, what is a CDL? And then this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be watching the lesson. We're going to do some practice questions and take notes as you go. And please remember to stay consistent. Progress comes from learning and practice. I'm going to show you real quick where to go on the CDL prep. So you got to go to the main website. There we go. You got to click on join the training community right here. It's going to take you to the school community. You got to click on classroom, chapter 1, CDL basics. And then it's already going to take you to what is a CDL. And this is what we're going to be going over. Okay. Now let's get back to our presentation. Okay. So what is a CDL? That's a good question. Some people are like, what is a CDL for? What does it do? So that's what we're going to go over. Commercial driver's license is a special license required to operate a large or specialized vehicle for commercial purposes. Why it matters. These vehicles are bigger and heavier. They require advanced driving skills. They carry higher risk on the road. So you need a CDL. As you can see, there's a lot of accidents that people have. So we don't want to be giving big trucks to people who don't get special training. You got to make sure that people could drive these things. So what makes a CDL different? This is very important. Please take notes and remember these items. So a CDL is required if a vehicle weighs 26,001 pounds or more, gross vehicle weight, transports 16 or more passengers, carries hazardous materials. These vehicles require advanced driving skills and a higher level of responsibility. Okay, please remember that. The YCDL drivers are held to higher standards. I said this before. A lot of people got mad at me in the comments and everything, in the short videos and the long videos. CDL drivers are considered professionals. That's why you go through all the training. You're held to a higher standard. Even if there's accidents that you believe are not your fault, most of the time they're your fault because you are responsible for everything around you. You are the professional driver. CDL drivers must follow strict federal and state regulations, pass regular medical exams, maintain a clean driving record, follow stricter alcohol limits, and safety is the number one priority. That's exactly what we promote here, safety and health and wellness. Types of CDL vehicles. CDL drivers operate a variety of large and specialized vehicles, including 18-wheelers, tractor trailers, tanker trucks, dump trucks, and passenger buses. These vehicles require skill, awareness, and control. Career opportunities. So we're going to go over this one a little bit. We're going to watch the video first. We have a video right here. This is from YouTube. I did not make this one for you guys, but this one's talking about the CDL types. And it's cursive easy DLT physicals. That's where I got it from. Let me make sure here real quickly.
Hey drivers, Dr. Nussi here again, and today we're going to talk about the different types of CDL, commercial driver's licenses, that you can obtain and what types of jobs you can do with each. That's up next. All right, so let's get right into it. There are basically three different types of CDLs that you can obtain, and then there's different job functions that go along with each. And then there are some jobs that are still considered to be commercial drivers that either do not require a CDL or require a different specialty license depending on the state that you're in. All right, we're going to break all of this down. So let's first talk about the traditional 3 types of CDLs. And I am going to glance over briefly at my computer screen just so I can make sure I give you all the facts exactly correctly. All right, so the first one, the Class A CDL. This will allow a driver to drive a vehicle that has a gross vehicle weight rating, oftentimes just abbreviated as a GVWR, over 26,001 pounds. And that includes the towed vehicle, and it also includes a trailer that is over 10,000 pounds. So let me just give you a couple examples. This would be something like traditional tractor trailers, where the total weight, the total GVWR of the entire vehicle is 26,001 pounds, but the trailer is over 10,000 pounds as well. Flatbed trucks, same thing, and then things like big tanker vehicles. So that is a Class A CDL. A Class B CDL, a little different here. The GVWR is still over 26,001 pounds, and the towed vehicle needs to be less than 10,000 pounds. So in this case, a couple of examples would be those segmented buses. I don't know if you've ever seen these in big cities, a bus with like an accordion in the middle so it can kind of flex, those type of vehicles. Dump trucks, a lot of dump trucks would fall into this category, and then some tractor trailers would, again, if they're over 26,001 GVWR, but the trailer is 10,000 pounds or less, and that is a Class B CDL. Okay, and then finally, with the traditional CDL, we're talking about the Class C CDL, and that is reserved for vehicles that have 16 or more occupants, or vehicles or tankers that transport hazardous materials, hazmat vehicles. So think of things like fuel trucks. Fuel would be considered a hazardous material. You would need a Class C CDL for driving a fuel truck, or a passenger van that can occupy more than 16 passengers. So that would be the Class C CDL. Okay, so that's all the traditional CDLs. So if you are a driver of one of those types of vehicles, you are going to need a CDL to operate those types of vehicles. But then there are other types of commercial drivers. So let's think of a chauffeur, a limo driver. So a lot of states, they will make you get what's called a chauffeur's license. Let me use Indiana as an example because their law is very, very clear. So Indiana has what's called an operator's for hire endorsement that you get on a regular driver's license. It's also called a chauffeur's license. And this allows the driver of a vehicle with a gross weight of 16,000 pounds, or it allows a driver to transport up to 16 passengers. So again, if your vehicle can hold more than 16 passengers, you're going to need a traditional CDL. But again, in the state of Indiana, as this example, if you're transporting less than 16 passengers, you just get this operator for hire endorsement on your regular driver's license. And then finally, let's look at a really large group of drivers in the United States especially, and these are delivery drivers, people that deliver for UPS, things like that. So do they need a CDL? Well, the short answer is no, they do not. You do not need a CDL to deliver packages in one of those traditional UPS type of trucks. You would if you were driving something like a tractor trailer for UPS or something like that. But UPS does not require a CDL to drive, even though you're still a commercial driver. All right, so I hope that was helpful and informative. Typically, this channel is about the medical evaluations that go with becoming a commercial driver, the Department of Transportation, physical drug testing, things like that. If you're interested in that type of content, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you found this useful,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a really good video. That's why I have it included in the lesson along with other videos. If someone could do it better than I could, and you could credit them and put them on, use them for educational purposes, hey, I'm all for it. He did a real good job. All right, now we're gonna go back. We're already gonna go here through the career opportunities you could get. So, for the career opportunities, a CDO can lead to many exciting and high demand careers such as long haul trucking, local delivery routes, construction, and passenger transport. A CDO opens the door to high demand, well paying careers across the country. Okay. So, a key takeaway from here, a CDO is not just a license, it's a professional certification. It proves you have the skills and responsibility to operate heavy and complex vehicles. It's required to keep yourself and others safe on the road. So, a quick review, what does a CDL stand for? When is a CDL required? Name one type of CDL vehicle. Why are CDL drivers held to higher standards? Please let me know in the comments. So go through these reviews right here and let me know in the comments the answers to these questions. Now we're going to go take some practice questions. As we say, it's practice question time. All right, here we go. We're going to go through these questions. We're going to do a few of them. Our first one is going to be, why do commercial drivers have to meet higher medical and knowledge standards than non commercial drivers? Because commercial vehicles are larger and pose greater safety risks to the public, because they drive fewer miles annually, because non-commercial vehicles are always safer, because commercial drivers operate only in urban areas. I'm going to go with A for this one. And it's correct. And here it tells you what chapter, CDL Basics, lesson 1. It tells you exactly where it came from. Let's answer another one. What is one of the key reasons a commercial driver must have a valid DOT medical certificate to reduce insurance premiums, to verify the driver meets physical standards, to safely operate a commercial vehicle? I'm going to go with that one. Correct. Okay, here's a good one. Which of the following trips would require the driver to hold a CDL? Driving a light duty pickup truck under 10,000 pounds, driving a personal car for commuting, driving a motorcycle for recreation, driving a school bus with 20 passengers. There's going to be it right here. Let's get another one. When is a commercial driver's license required to operate a vehicle? When driving a vehicle designed or used to transport 60 more passengers, including the driver. When driving a vehicle under 10,000 pounds gross, we don't have that one. When driving a passenger car, that's not it. When operating a motorcycle, okay, it's going to be A. Alrighty, so that's going to be the last one for today. After our question time. All right, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. You've completed lesson 1, CDL Basics. You now understand what a CDL is and why it is important. You know the types of CDL vehicles and the career opportunities available. You've learned about the higher standards and responsibilities of drivers. Now it's time to put your knowledge to the test with practice questions. So please make sure you guys like and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel because it helps. In case you didn't know, my mission and my goal is to help people get their CDLs the right way. We do not rush here. We take our time. Everyone learns step by step. You learn more than you should. We also help with career placement, trying to help you find good jobs and a good school to go to for your next steps. If you have any questions, remember I always say no question is a stupid question. Please ask me in the comments or reach out to me directly.